Hey, English 11, I'm going to offer a short video here to give you feedback on the Mystery of Heroism responses that you did earlier this week. Since the exam is next week, I just want to be giving you feedback on this work because this is what you're going to be tested on. So very briefly, the two main questions that I paid attention to in the work that you did after the Mystery of Heroism story was the irony at the end, and then whether or not it was a realist or naturalist text. So let's start with the irony. I asked you to find situational irony, and situational irony is when the opposite of what you expect to happen happens. Many of you got this correct, so really good work with it. The whole story, we have our main character trying to get this bucket of water, and then at the end, his comrades spill it because they're joking about it, even though he took it so seriously, probably too seriously. Some of you were like, why did he risk his life for a bucket of water? Exactly. So the spilling of the water is the situational irony. The other thing that was so much better this time, good job, is identifying if it was a realist or naturalist text. So remember that when you're identifying if a text is realist or naturalist, you need to first tell me if you think it's realist or naturalist, and then also include the trait of realism or naturalism that you're identifying. So many of you said realist because of the rejection of the idealized larger-than-life hero of romantic literature being our main character, just trying to get a bucket of water. Detailed depiction of ordinary characters and realistic events was another popular trait because it's a civil war. Totally valid, easy to defend. And then the use of everyday speech patterns to reveal class distinctions and supporting that with textual evidence. Some of you went with naturalism, and this was a really impressive thing that some of you found. If you identified this as a naturalist text, some of you said it's because of this idea of analyzing human behavior. And when our main character is analyzing whether or not he's a hero, that's an example of naturalism. You're totally right. This is why I'm saying, like, technically, according to scholars, this is a naturalist text, but I completely agree with the realist identification as well. So I'm always going to be okay with your answer as long as you defend it with the trait and specific textual evidence. All right. So if you have turned in your work, take a look at your score in the gradebook, and hopefully this video helps you understand why you got that score, and feel free to email me and ask questions if you still have them. And if you're someone who hasn't turned in their work yet, you can still turn in this assignment, but you need to support your answers with textual evidence from the story in order to get credit, since I'm going over the answers with you right now. Okay? All right, if you have questions about how to do this, make sure you're emailing me or jumping into office hours because the exam's next week, but you're doing so much better. So good work.